clown, honey? Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Wednesday, so time for another Wild Eye Wednesday. And for this week, I watched Amityville Island. Now, I'm going to flat out say this movie probably isn't for everyone. Um, I liked it. I didn't love it, but it was good for what it was. And, that's the type of thing you got to expect with Wild Eye movies. They're not always the best. There's the hit and misses. Sometimes they're really good, sometimes they're really bad, and sometimes they're just in between, which is fine. And that was one of the ones in between. And I'm kind of surprised that I found out when I was going through the Internet Movie Database that it's the same director who did my favorite movie, Bigfoot versus Zombies, which I'm surprised that I actually like this one. And I'm not surprised that he did do that one, only because, which I mentioned, or will mention when you see it in the Internet Movie Database, there was like at one point, there was sort of like a dead person or zombie or something along those lines, and had that same type of prop fake mask store-bought that was used in Bigfoot vs. Zombies. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was one of them from Bigfoot vs. Zombies, just being reused. But anyway, back to this. It starts out, this woman, she lost her husband who was in the military, and she stops at this yard sale in Amityville, of course. I think she had just moved there, I'm not sure. I think she had just moved there because she told the woman who was having the sale outside the house that she would have bought that house, and she was told how no one would want to buy that house or buy anything from it, and she was acting kind of weird from beginning. The woman who was selling the stuff, who turns out was also the realtor, and something happens to her in the next scene, but the mom ends up buying a bunch of stuff, and even this one doll, and she ends up getting possessed by either a ghost or demon and killing her children and ending up in death row. One of the cons that I had about this was, like, with that doll, and there was some other like weird evil entities and flashes of stuff that didn't really make sense with the movie. They were thrown in there. I don't know if they were gonna like do like a side storyline or what the deal was. Didn't really make sense. I don't know if it was supposed to be to explain what was going on, or maybe some flashbacks, or I don't know. It was just weird. There was kind of random moments in the movie that didn't really make sense. But it was fun overall. The acting wasn't the greatest. There were a couple who played their parts well. So anyway, Kelly, the mother who ends up on death row, there's like a fight club there that the guards do, and then they end up sending these two women to this island, and they never really tell the name of it, and they're experimented on, and there's a reason behind them being genetically tested and worked on. The Dr. Orman and Dr. Taylor are doing. I'll let you watch it to see. I don't want to spoil the whole thing there. What I found interesting was, besides her being possessed, the demon, or while she was in that body, or the entity, also possessed a shark and a bear and some other animals and people. So that was kind of interesting. The shark, of course, major CGI. But it wasn't too bad. I mean, there were a couple of little practical effects in there. Could have been better. I mean, it's what you expect from a Wild Eye, basically. You've seen them, you know how they are. It was sort of funny at one point. He like kind of quoted Jaws, but he changed it a little bit in it. So there were a few good deaths in it. So while they're at this island, the one woman's trying to escape from them and helping Kelly out, who's like kind of zoned out. It's weird, like the possession, like she doesn't talk. She's just, excuse the pun, kind of dead expressions and stuff, and it barely speaks. And when she does speak, it's when the entity is out of her body. So that's pretty much the gist of it. Like I said, it's kind of weird. Excuse me. Random stuff in between, and there's even a reporter that's trying to talk to her, get through to the prison to find out what's going on with connections to Amityville. So there's like a little side story that's randomly thrown in there. So that's pretty much it. Check it out. You can see what happens if either of them escape. If she's no longer possessed or if she stays possessed, what happens. So that's it. If you've seen this movie, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you thought about it. And of course, I'll have a little video after this with the Internet Movie Database information followed by a trailer. Alright, thanks for watching. See you next time. Here's the information for Amityville Island on Internet Movie Database. Came out in 2020. Runtime is 1 hour and 10 minutes. A cursed survivor of killings at the Amityville house brings evil to a small island where bizarre genetic experiments are carried out on humans and animals in a secret women's prison. Wow, I got a 1.7 out of 10. That's pretty harsh. Like I said, some of the acting wasn't the greatest. A couple people did pretty well at their jobs. But they all had fun, I think. And, it was a fun movie to watch. And I think they also, intended it to make fun of themselves as well. It's one of those type of movies. I'd probably give it a 4 or 5. It wasn't terrible. Not the best one, but it was definitely entertaining. The cast includes Danielle Donahue as Retna, Jamie Morgan as Kelly Jo Knight, Jeff Kirkendall as Dr. Orman, James Carls as Dr. Tyler, Titus Himmelberger as Eric Cates, Steve DiSapera as Ellison, Tim Hatch as Hayden, Marie D'Alonso as Melanie, Yoli Canolas as Nikki, Wyatt Wood as Gunning, Cassandra Hayes as Tamika. Let's see. The directors are Mark Poloni and one other. It was written by John Oak Dalton. And let's see what else he directed here. See if there's anything else on him. Oh my gosh, he directed Bigfoot versus Zombies. Wow. Well, I'll have to say this one was a lot better, though I'm not actually too surprised that he directed that. Semi-spoiler, not too much, but there is kind of a dead-looking person in this movie, and it is a really cheap mask, kind of like Bigfoot versus Zombies. So, yeah, I'm not surprised it's the same director on that one. All right, stay tuned for the trailer, and thanks for watching.
Welcome. Welcome to our island.
What is going on here?
Here you could contribute to science.
What's wrong with her?
What do you think? She's crazy. She's killed a bunch of people just like me. Plus she's from Amityville. So what are you gonna do?
Hey! Something isn't right!
Something is happening there. Something to Kelly Jo Knight and the ward. Gotta find out what it is.
Be proud we're part of a grand experiment. Experiment to create the next generation of mankind.